When I was growing up in Florida, my dad had a ponderosa lemon tree on the side of our house that would produce lemons the size of softballs. Every year, my dad would use those lemons to make batches of limoncello to give away to his friends. Well, here's my opportunity to try to carry on that tradition that our friend Jackie calls Artful Alchemy. But it is a process of trial and error, so it's not right on the first batch.
This is the first time trying to make limoncello. So we were given instructions today by our friend Natalie, and we've got just a little bit more. We've probably got a baker's dozen of really fresh Calabria's lemons. We're going to peel back all the yellow skin, and then we're going to soak that in about 95 proof alcohol for 3 days. And at the end of the 3 days, we're going to mix that with about maybe another liter or so of water, and put that in the freezer. So this is the before, but I think batch number 1 is just going to be for the cook, because it's probably not going to be all that great. And this is no Breaking Bad. This is not my expertise, so it's going to be through trial and error. So I'll let you know how it goes. This is the beginning. So step 1 in the process is to separate the lemons from their peels. So that step is complete. Now we're on to adding pretty much 100 proof alcohol. And as a friend of mine once said, this is the stuff that'll take paint off of cars. All right. So now the next step is we have to take 1 liter of 96% proof alcohol and mix it with the lemons. That's got to sit for anywhere. Natalie's father said 3 days, to others who've said 2 weeks. And then only after that, there's 600 grams of sugar that we have to mix with it. So, so this is step 2 in the process.
Now for the inside of the lemons, we don't throw that away. We actually cut them up and turn them into ice cubes so you can add them to any drink and to add a little bit of flavor.
Okay, so the next step now we take 1.5 liters of water. I'm going to pour that in here. Yes, I am not Julia Child by any stretch of the imagination, so for me, this is batch number 1 of limoncello, so it may be delicious, or alternatively, it may put me in the hospital. But the good thing is, I'm going to try. Honey, you'll hold. So first thing is we put in 1.5 liters of water, and the next thing is about 800 grams of sugar. Yes, sugar.
Just make sure you don't get it on the stove.
Yes, boss. So that's the first bag, and about 1/2 of a second. Let me see. More. So now we're going to let that come to a boil, and then once it comes to a boil, we're going to let it simmer for a little bit and then cool off. What our goal is to get that sugar to melt into the water, and after that we will mix it with the lemon infused 96% proof alcohol. Stay tuned. So now that we've got it up to a boil, stir up all the sugar, water. Again, the goal is to get that massive amount of sugar to melt with the water. So now we're going to let it simmer. Turn down the heat. What I'll probably do is transfer it. And now that we've taken it off a boil, now that you can see that mountain of sugar has melted. So the next step is to let this cool off. And once it's cool, we're going to mix that with our 96% alcohol that's been soaking in lemons, Italian lemons, for 2 weeks. Stay tuned. So batch 1.00001, probably not ready for retail, but it's a process of trial by error. So this is the day after and being in the freezer, and our friend Jackie was right. There's too much water. There was too much water because a good limoncello won't freeze. So this one I put too much water and it froze. So time for version 2.0. So this is about as much. So this is the alcohol after a week soaked in the lemons. So it looks like the yellow from the lemons infused pretty well into the alcohol. It smells like lemon. So let's see now. Now the next step is, again, we're going to try to boil the sugar and water again. And on the second try, we got an A grade from Corey. Boy, it tastes good. I didn't realize how much we would get, but success. And now I can replicate it, hopefully back in Florida.
So the limoncello turned out great on the second try. I'm sure it can still be improved. And to wrap things up, this is one of our favorite restaurants in Diamante called Guardiola, and our favorite waiter, Giro. So thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.